Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my Fluval Flex 9-gallon, and it's been down here on the floor, and I just really haven't done anything with it. I kind of got uninspired with this tank. It's just kind of a tank with plants and fish. It's where my big old guppies are living, and that's what led, I got this big old algae problem. You see all these diatoms. Nothing really bad has happened in this tank. I mean, just need to be cleaned. Some watermarks need to be cleaned up. But I'm uninspired by it. I don't come down to look at it at all. I don't like how it looks or anything like that. And if I don't like that, then why not change it? If I'm just having a tank around that I don't want to take care of, I don't want to maintain, why even have it? So I'm going to rescape this thing today. I'm going to move these big guppies into my just kind of retirement tank, my rehoming tank. Just kind of keep them in the fish room, but I'm not going to use them in this Scape, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. So, unfortunately, because the tank is on the ground, I can't get a siphon going, so draining this tank might be a bit of a pain, but let's just start by netting these fish out and getting them into their new home. Now that I've drained about, 10 liters of water is what it's, 9 liters what it says there, which is, I don't know how many gallons this bucket is measured in liters. It's probably about a gallon and a half, who knows. I'm going to start removing the plants in this tank. So I've got cryptocorn and some Gotala indica, some Lunaphila sessiliflora, and just, I don't even really know what's in here. I'm going to remove all that and then start pulling out the hardscape, then we can finish draining this tank. I actually was able to get a suction going, so a siphon, so I can actually drain it without having to just take it out, so that's nice. So let's get the rest of these plants out. Well, now that I've got the tank all cleaned out, sorry for the bit of the flickering in the light, I do need to clean up the glass a bit and maybe that back panel a bit. There's a little bit of algae still around there. But once I do that, I'm going to start adding the substrate system. For the base layer, is just going to be a layer of organic clay kitty litter. And then I'm going to add some of the old recycled substrate from the old setup on top of that. Cap it all with some sand, get a nice deep substrate layer, because I kind of want this to be sort of a jungle tank. I want a lot of substrate in there for the plants to root into. So without further ado, let's get this thing going. Alright everyone, so a package was just delivered from FedEx. So this is another Boost Plant package. This is just 2-day mail, but it is pretty cold outside, so I did include a heat pack, but just want to make sure that these plants survived. I ordered some crypts, some vallisneria, sword plants, some sagittaria, because I kind of want to go for a jungle look here. So let's see what we got in here. We got the heat pack, It's cooled off, but I'm pretty sure that this was enough to keep them warm. Some bubble wrap. Let's see what we got in here. This looks like crypt Hudori. I just got a single pot of this. I was going to get a couple pots, but I just didn't have it in my budget for this tank. So 1 crypt Hudori, 3 bunches of dwarf sage, 4 bunches of Valsnera spiralis. This is just some pretty tall val. This is actually really tall. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. And our centerpiece plant here, an Echinodorus rose. It still has some pretty extreme immersed growth from what I can tell, but once you think about it, it'll be a nice little thing here. We got a little boost plant sticker. So yeah, this is a lot of plants for just a 9-gallon tank, but these are all right here, the crypts, the rotala, the lindophylla, stuff like that I took out of the old setup. These are all the new plants. By the way, this dwarf sage looks really good, so I'm gonna start taking these guys out of their packages, preparing them. These are some small sword plants that I've been converting recently. I'll throw them in there, and just really going for that jungle look. And this is a ton more plants than I thought I would have. Alright, so I got all the plants prepared. I've been trimming off dying leaves from here. The Echinodorus rose has quite a few. These are all immersed leaves, as you can see how stable they are. They're not like kind of flopping over and soft like these underwater leaves on this sword are. So I left as many leaves as I could, but a lot of them were just really damaged. I'm just hoping that it goes through a good transition period and we'll start shooting out underwater leaves so that I can trim off the rest of these emergent leaves and we'll actually get some good growth out of this. I do need to trim up the rest of this Valsnera, get all these yellowing leaves off. Val really doesn't like changes in water parameters and stuff, so I'll probably have pretty severe melt. Lots of this dwarf sage is looking really nice, probably still pretty immersed though. A lot of plants you get in there will be heavily emergent, and you'll have to cut off those leaves while they die back. But I'm just going to finish trimming these plants up, and then we can actually get to planting them. Alright, there's one last look at our entire plant haul. I got all these Valsnera leaves trimmed just because they were, dying. But we got a nice looking Valsnera spiralis going in here, nice and tall. Tons of plants. I intend to use these all because this will be a jungle composition. Really no hardscape at all, just because it's such a small scale. I plan on getting overrun with plants. So let's get straight into planting this tank up. Alright everyone, here's the Scape a few weeks in, and I will have more information on the fish that I stocked it with later in a different video, so I won't lead on too much of that in here, just to kind of give a little bit extra mystery. But the fish have been in here for about 4 days now, so they're not super colored up, but they're looking really nice. They complement the Scape well. Vallisneria is spreading, the dwarf sage is starting to grow some new leaves, and the crypts is starting to show some signs of new submerged growth. The sword died back a lot, but there is some new underwater growth coming back in, and has completely zero algae, no algae at all in here, and that's mainly because I keep the light a lot dimmer. I ramped it up before the filming, but if you can see right here, it'll start flickering if I keep it at the brightness that I actually have it at, so I ramped it right back up for filming so that you guys can see. There's really nothing going wrong with this tank. I do one water change maybe every week or every other week if I forget. It's really low maintenance, not a speck of algae, really fun to watch, really nice, low maintenance, simple jungle style tank that I can't wait to watch grow in. I'm excited to see how this thing progresses. I think it'll only get better over time as long as I keep up on my water changes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's super simple. Again, no hardscape, but maybe I would like, now that I think about it, I might want some wood coming around through here. But let me know what you guys think about this little jungle look. Hopefully it'll improve and go much denser. Hopefully one day it's just like a wall of plants you'll hardly be able to see in there, and that's my plan for this tank. And then this dwarf sage will start carpeting more. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this little really simple scape that anyone can really do. No hardscape, nothing planned in this, just mid-ground, foreground, background. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.